What's up my mates of YouTube, my name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and in today's video I'm going to be talking a little bit about social media. But to start things off, yes, it's pretty obvious that I have a bloody cold. I've avoided one for so many years. My entire history here on YouTube, I've never had a cold, and it had to happen sooner or later. I've been tested for COVID multiple times. It is not COVID, it is a regular pain in the ass cold. And we're just gonna have to deal with that. But first off, my fragrance of the day, and it is CK Everyone Eau de Parfum. This is a brand new unisex fragrance, and I've gotten quite a few compliments on this, and I've only been wearing it a couple of days. And just a quick look at the bottle. I will be doing a full review on this fragrance eventually, but until then, all you need to know is that it's fresh, it's clean, it's a little floral, and whether you're a man or a woman, it's gonna be good for compliments, and it's, you know, it performs pretty decently for a CK scent. So that's about all I'll say on that. Now, to the topic of the video, social media, and what I want to say about it is, liking social media and social media itself is not a personality trait. I've seen so many people, not so much in my friends group, but on the internet in particular, and others. You know, I work in very public industries, and so I'm privy to a lot of conversations. I don't eavesdrop, but I do overhear things when people are talking, particularly when they're in their cups, so to speak. And people have this weird fetishistic fascination with social media, and the problem with that is that they lose parts of themselves in putting their entire lives on social media. And what I mean by that is, I see a lot of people, they only do things for social media and social media presence, or as the kids are saying, social media clout. I don't know, I'm still pretty young myself, but all of these new fangled terms and stuff make me feel like a really old man. And it's not so much that I'm left out, it's just that it's so different to, you know, to how things used to be. Like even just 10 years ago, the world is not the same. The world has moved on, as Stephen King so brilliantly put in one of his books. People use social media to prop themselves up, and I get it. If social media is a huge part of your business, that's, you know, fair enough. But people prop themselves up with social media, and then they build themselves into a brand, and then they sort of forget that they're a human being in all of this. I remember the beautiful days where the only cool thing about social media was your MySpace page, and, you know, adding in some bands that you liked and things like that. Nowadays, social media is everything. If you're not like big on social media, then you aren't jack shit. And I think that's pretty disgusting and pretty terrible. What makes me sad is that when people only do things for their social media presence and their social media profile, I'd rather people just enjoy the moment. I mean, I can remember when I started going to concerts and festivals when I was, you know, even younger than I am now, and nobody posted that shit. Like, people would take little cameras, like digital cameras and Polaroids and stuff, and they would take them to the festivals, and they would take a few happy snaps here and there. But nowadays, people live the entire experience through their phones, through the lens of their camera, through their phone camera. And they don't actually experience it, so to speak. They're there in the sense that they're filming it, but they're watching it so the experience can be saved for later. And I think that robs that entire experience of a lot of its beauty, a lot of its power, and of the moment itself. We live in a world nowadays where moments have to be captured. They have to be, you know, plastered on social media for everyone to see. And obviously, you know, if you're an adult, you can do whatever you please, and, you know, more power to you for that. But there comes a point, you know, a line is sort of crossed when you are only doing things and you are only living life for the social media experience, for your social media profile. And I think that's a little sad, and that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, obviously there's like a happy medium. It's good to have certain memories saved. You know, if you go to a show, for instance, you take a couple of photos, some quick little videos. That's awesome. You know, I'm glad you've done that. But you know, the amount of shows that I used to go to before the pandemic and all of this crap that's happened to the world, and people would go see a band and then their phone would be out the entire time through the entire show, and then they'd have to plug in a battery pack, like one of those portable chargers, into the phone so they could continue filming it because their phone would run out of battery. I mean, that's a little crazy, isn't it? I know crazy is an overused word, but you know, that's not great. Again, if you're an adult, more power to you, but that's just my take on the matter. I wish people took social media less seriously. I wish social media was less important than it is in the current world. I wish people, you know, would start living for themselves again and living life again, instead of just living it for social media and for their social media presence. Don't think I've ever said social media more in my entire life. Anyways, that's just one sick Aussie's take on social media. I can't wait until this cold goes away. I mean, it's not even that bad, it just makes me sound like this. I can't wait for that to be over so I can sound like a regular old human again. But yeah, what is your take on social media? I know this is way more serious than my usual videos here, but I feel pretty strongly about social media. Anyways, I'm genuinely curious to see what you guys think about this. What are your opinions on social media? Let me know in the comments below, because I love hearing from you guys and I love interacting with all of you. Anyways, until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and I'll catch you guys around.